I'm doing it.
He's going.
Oh my gosh.
This is where you can tell that Paul's floor was not laid level. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an auspicious day for all things the Studio Rats. Welcome to Studio Rats Q&A Live number 291. My name's James Ivey.
I'm Paul Drew.
I'm Phil, 40 Watt Phil.
Vinny the X.
Gotta beat Vinny to it if he's not gonna do it, because then we'll say it at the same
I
time.
didn't want to step on you. That's why I was waiting.
The carnage has begun already. You are all very welcome along to our weekly takeover of the interwebs. And it's been a big day. It's been a big day at the North and South Studio Rat HQ. We've launched a Reverb shop.
You did. You launched a Reverb shop that I can't buy anything at.
Well, you can.
I can, but
You can. It's just that then we just have to sort out the postage and stuff over to the US.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Because I need more gear.
And then Customs has got to hit it with a hammer a couple of times just for.
Yeah.
True.
We'll get on to more of that stuff later on, because I've got there's a few questions that are worth just covering in this show, so it's out there for posterity. But it wouldn't be a Q&A live without me asking Mr. Drew, what have you been up to?
Oh well, I've been doing since Friday. I've been trying to get Helix proxy to work. Helix proxy is the new capture engine, and I got told about it on Friday that they're releasing proxy. I'm quite late into the social media of Line 6 Heat.
Well, you also just got it too, so
Yeah. So all the other guys that are doing proxy stuff have had it for months. So we couldn't get it working. And anyway, my account wasn't activated for using it. So I've literally been banging my head against a brick wall. But ever since yesterday when it got released, it's all been working fine. So I've been just working my butt off trying to get a proxy video out that's coming out tomorrow.
You've got to be careful how you say that.
My butt off.
No.
Proxy.
The name of the product.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. So So the helium. That's the helium. I keep calling it the helium.
very light.
Stadium.
that's the next lightweight version.
Yeah. The Helix Stadium has now got capture tech in it, so brings it up in line with the quad Cortex. Great effects and amp captures and all that sort of stuff. So I've been literally just doing that. And what was I doing last? I can't remember the last video I did. I've just been so in the proxy thing.
Last video you did was
was the
Line 6.
Oh, it was the Line 6.
The Helix.
So there you go. Yeah, it was the Helix. So yes, we did the
Yeah.
Helix video. So yes, it's literally just trying to get a load of Helix stuff out. But don't worry, it's not going to turn into the Helix channel. It's
It better not. I have a fractal.
Yeah. The next video won't be a Helix. So, but after tomorrow. Anyway, that's me, James.
what have I been doing? I had a weekend off, which was very pleasant. I've been did a couple of videos on lights that you guys would be very bored with. I've been building this front of house rack for a project, and it's so close. And I think I actually sent Paul to sleep at one point earlier on.
He started to show me some rack foam or something. No, some box foam or something. He was getting excited about it. I was just like, what are you doing?
It's like talking to you. Hey, Paul, have you seen these new anvil cases for amplifiers? They're really cutting edge. They're really excited about the new developments in case technology.
Look at the hinges.
Look at the hinges are next level, bro.
It was nearly as dull as that. No, it was,
it was way worse than that, to be honest. The last stage of this flight case is nearly done. This rack, and then it'll go out and be used on all weekend. So that's been a fairly big chunk of what I've been doing, and trying to tidy up and get a million things up for sale on the Studio Rats store.
Yeah, because you have nothing currently. I'm looking at it. We launched a Reverb store with nothing.
No, there's
nothing there.
There's 40.
There's 40 odd items there.
What?
40 items.
Oh, you know what? I bet it weeded out all the items not in the U.S.
Yeah, mine
So this is the thing. So if you search for items only in the US, you're only going to find an empty store. If you look for stuff that, because basically we were advised to set all our items to have a shipping value to the UK, but they'll be visible by anybody else anywhere else, and then they can ask.
Yeah. So what I had to do over there, I had to go into filters. I had to scroll all the, because I'm looking at your shop. I had to go into filters. I had to scroll all the way down to ships to, and I had to click away from continental US. I had to click ships to the UK to see any of your items.
Oh,
that's not how we were told it was going to be.
That's not ideal. Okay, we'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, if you're looking at our store on Reverb and going, where the hell is everything?
Good beta test, Phil. Good beta test.
That's what I'm here for. Break things.
I'd love to say it was a soft launch, but it wasn't. It was all systems go at 10 o'clock. So.
Well, see, if y'all had just messaged me first and said, hey, Phil, check this out. Does it work? I would have told you no.
You should have done that. You should have done that. Anyway, so Phil, what have you been up to?
Oh, so I just got back from the Amigo guitar show in Franklin, Tennessee, which is the most insane collection of vintage guitars I've ever seen in my life. It gets bigger every year. There was one booth that he must have had 20 or 25 Fender Strats and Telecasters, and there wasn't a single one newer than 1963.
Woo!
I mean, that dude, he's from Tallahassee, Florida. I think he had at least $1 million worth of Strats and Tellies on his table.
Wow.
And under his table. And that's just, I mean, there was an actual burst at the show. There were lots of like 52, 53 gold tops, some 55 Les Paul customs, you know, oddball stuff, the odd here and there newer stuff. I felt like the theme of this year's show, though, was flying Vs. So many flying Vs. And I've got the itch. I want a flying V so fucking bad.
I do too, but I don't think I'd ever play it. I just think for some reason I used to hate them.
Yeah,
and I think they're just so.
I always get a V, and then I have it, and then I sell it because
Vinny,
I don't play
with your name, you have to have a V.
I know.
You have to have a V.
But I had a Gibson one.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna find one. I got to find the right deal on one because I want to go. If you guys may not know who Lonnie Mack is, blues guy. Influenced Stevie Ray Vaughan really heavily, but he played a flying V and he had the crossbar to install a Bigsby on it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to install a Bigsby on one. Anyway, it was a killer show. I took a few things, ended up not buying or selling anything, but I did make a trade. So my Murphy Lab Les Paul is gone.
Ooh,
awesome.
I traded the Murphy Lab and I think I got a pretty good haul for it. So I got... should I go big or small first? Small. So got this pedal. This is the Fairfield Electronics Barbershop V2.
That looks quite homemade.
Homemade.
I know, that's their whole aesthetic. They're a Canadian company. They're extremely cool. They're extremely well made. This might be my new favorite, like transparent overdrive. Think Greer Lightspeed. Something along those veins. Really, really cool. Really good. No, they're a real company. They've got a real ROHS compliance and CE stamp on the back. I also got this 2024 Gibson R7.
Ooh,
so
nice.
that is a 57. Yeah, reissue gold top. That is a killer guitar. We'll see if it sticks around. I still have it in my head to maybe sell all three of my Les Pauls and do a big search for the Les Paul, like the one and only that I'll have for now. And then on top of the pedal and the guitar, I got an amp I've been wanting to try out for a while. Now, I was going to just talk about it, but I got to show you it because it looks so awesome.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
That is a Benson Monarch Reverb Plus in the Aunt Gertie finish.
I love that.
I do too. I'm a big fan It is killer, 15 watts. It's got voltage attenuation. It's got reverb on board. It sounds spectacular. But I mean, look at this. Look at how cool that looks.
So, yeah, you do see Benson amps over here, but very rarely.
Yeah. Well, they're over here too. Probably, obviously more, but it's not a big company, so they're not like everywhere.
Great.
And that's Benson as opposed to
Benson.
Benson.
Yeah, different spelling, different name, different company entirely. Although if there were a drum tape delay built into this amp, I wouldn't complain. Yeah, so it was a good haul. Had a great time. Had my buddy Matt from the Guitar Dads. He lives in Boston, but he came down because he was hunting a J45. We found a bunch of them, as you would expect, and a bunch of because he was a little fluid. Like he definitely wanted a Gibson acoustic, but if it was a J45, Southern Jumbo, Advanced Jumbo, anything in that kind of realm. But he found a 91 plain top J45 that, it's seen some things. It's a little got some wear on it. Almost looks like it's Murphy relict, but it's not. It's just been played for 35 years. It's a great guitar. It's actually here because I'm going to do a cleanup on it, clean up the frets, and then ship it to him because he didn't want to put it on a plane.
Nice.
So yeah, it's had a great weekend. Had a great time.
Vinny.
Okay. I just got I bought a TC Electronics Chorus Plus because I got the itch for a different chorus.
What do you think?
Thank you for using my affiliate link.
You're welcome. And it's actually great. I haven't had too much time on it, but as soon as I plugged it in, I was able to blend the dry and wet signals what I wanted, so I can kind of set it in the background a little bit. And it sounds really good. I'm impressed, and I usually hate chorus, so this was as soon as I plugged in, I was pleased with it. So that's cool. I did a already done 2-part episode on a Telecaster, like a kind of like a barn burner ish kind of Telecaster. And if you guys get a chance, check that out on the channel. I've already done episode 2. I could show you it. But before I show it to you, those of you guys have seen some of the episodes where I put the clear pick guard on.
Yeah.
So somebody may mention on one of the videos that they just hated it, right? And they didn't like the clear pick guard. And I'm like, come on, man, how could you not like that, right? So my daughter walks in. She's been, at her mom's for about a week for spring break. So she comes over. She's in the studio last night, about 9:30 to say goodnight. And she's like, hey, oh, you got that guitar? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, why is that clear pick guard on there? And I'm like, what's wrong with the clear pick guard? She's like, I don't know. She's like, it just doesn't look right. And I'm like, well, I wanted it so that it was transparent so you can see the logo and stuff. So she goes, I don't know. I think you should put this black pick guard on. I was like, that's the one it came with. I don't want that one. I said, you know what? I said, Libs, go over to the stack of pick guards because I have stacks of pick guards. And I was like, and go grab all the Telly ones, and then you tell me which one looks best. So now I'm going to show you what she picked, and I think you guys are going to like it.
I think the coolest thing of all of that story is she knows what a Telly pick guard looks like.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Raising them right.
All right. So here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's see if you guys like this better than the clear.
Oh, no, I like it.
It's
perfect.
Appropriate. Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
aluminum pick guard on a Coca-Cola.
On a Coca-Cola
It's
can.
perfect.
I actually prefer that. Yeah.
So you guys seen all the trials and tribulations I had with this thing. So things are looking up. Wiring is all in. Everything seems to be working. I'm waiting for the neck. The neck should be here tonight. And if the neck does not fit in this pocket, guess what? We're done with this. So
if it doesn't fit, send it to me. I'll route the pocket. I'll make the pocket work.
Yeah, it should fit. I'm hoping, but I'm not gonna ruin a $450 Warmoth neck for this body.
Yeah, that's why you wear out you route the body. Don't change the neck.
Yeah, I ain't touching the neck.
Yeah.
Is that what it costs? $450.
That's for a cheaper neck.
Yeah, that's a cheap one.
But you could buy a Fender neck for.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, the quality of the Warmoth is really fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I ordered it. Well, I didn't order it from scratch. I ordered it out of one of their things, and it was already sprayed with clear nitro, so I didn't even have to do the spraying, which was good. That's usually an extra $100-something. But what is cool is I was able to filter out what they had in stock, and they had one with a dark rosewood board, extra dark, and a 59 neck profile. So that's what I wanted, was their 59 neck profile on that. So it's got a chunkier neck,
Great.
and it's compound radius. So it's kind of like new school meets old school. So it'll be it's going to be cool. I have a feeling it's 6150 frets. So
that's what's on my Strat is a compound radius 59 chunky profile neck. It's killer.
So I'm going to do the decal water slide. I got it ordered for me, my branding on it, and that's coming in. And
yeah, but don't do a Fender one if you want to sell it on the gear page.
No, I don't want to put a Fender one on it at all. And then the other thing I just did is, this is sacrilegious. I just gutted out my custom shop. I'm sure people can flip out. Here we go. Video coming soon. So I pulled the red hot Fender Strat pickups, which I didn't really care for very much. And I put in the Seymour Duncan Dave Murray set. So it's literally just 2 hot rails and then a JB Junior in the middle.
I won't watch that video out of principle.
You know you're gonna like it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. And,
hey, go on. Sorry, go on.
No, and I'm gonna try to do it without any Iron Maiden riffs. You know what I mean? Because that's what seems to be everybody does. I want people to sustain on this thing.
You got to do it. Did you see the comments that I got with that Tony Iommi amp?
Yeah.
I don't know how any of them weren't the stupid comment of the week. I don't know. I don't understand.
They love it. They actually, people love it. It's if you don't play, because the only music that can be played on that guitar is Iron Maiden.
Obviously.
It's like people lose their minds.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Hey, so just going over that, because I wanted to show you, because you showed us that guitar earlier. I want to show you this. So this is by a company called Obsidian Wire.
I like the name.
Okay, this is, and it would work perfectly for that. So this is a harness.
Oh yeah.
Like a solderless harness.
Okay.
But also it's got this little pot there just above my finger where you can change the resistance. So if you've got a humbucker in the bridge, you give it a little turn to HSS.
It's got a trim pot. That's cool.
Yes, you change it to it's got different you can change the value of the pots.
That's pretty cool. I'll tell you, that's pretty cool.
So the only thing is I haven't got a guitar that's got a swimming pool route on it. I haven't got a Strat that's got a swimming pool route on it. So I'm hoping James has, so we can.
I think I probably have.
You probably have. If not, one of your guitars has been dug out, knowing one of your. So I might have to do the video with James, but I thought what a great idea. And also imagine that, just solderless. You can just take in that pickups. Just
why are we still soldering in pickups?
Because you have people that cannot get by without having soldered harnesses. People lose their mind about it's not legit. It's not
in the year of our Lord 2026. We have we have risen above needing to handle 800-degree Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is in UK units. We are above this.
Listen, when Gibson tried to come out with the quick connect system,
I know
people were gutting them out because they're saying that the resistors on the board are not the same and you're not getting the same tone and all this other stuff. So people, guitar players, especially old school ones or whatever, they're just finicky about that, man. That's like the same thing with the Gibson headstock and the way the stuff goes through the nut. They will never change the headstock shape and still have those strings going on a total cant going through the nut because no one can handle not having the traditional layout.
I'll stick my hand up. If it's a Gibson headstock,
you can't change the headstock. Don't change the headstock. But under the pickups, because that you see it. That's the way it looks. That's the way it's got to be. I got this weekend, so I got to get the Gibson Vault tour at the Gibson Garage in Nashville. I got a couple of the guys I know at Gibson, and they were very kind. Cam, I doubt you're watching, but appreciate it. Gave us the tour, and they showed us one of the first guitars that Orville Gibson ever made. Remember, this is a guy making mandolins, right? Yeah. This is what this guy makes. And his original headstock design was terrible. It flared out even more at the top and was like this round bulbous thing. The G and the D strings the strings actually passed over the capstan for the B and the A strings. Like right on, I mean, it's against them. Like it is where the angle comes from that gets them it was awful. But
I always thought that they could make those tuners as they go inward mounted closer inside with a longer stem for the tuning key, so that the strings would go through in a straighter pull. But
I've seen it. They look wrong.
I know.
The real deal.
We're used to looking at that. That's why.
The deal is, as long as you cut the nut properly, this is not a problem.
I get it. I'm just saying, somebody actually just commented down below. I'm just going to, because it's relevant. They said EMG's been making solderless for years, and you're totally right. But you bring up EMGs and battery powered pickups, and then you got a whole nother gaggle of people that lose their marbles over that too.
Yeah.
Because it's not real. It's not a real pickup. It's a powered pickup. So
yeah.
Can't make everybody happy.
Speaking of things that aren't real, I did have one more thing I wanted to mention, and then we'll move on because we're already 20 minutes in. But I finally got this.
Hey, what do you think?
So far, so good. Still learning to dial it in, which is surprisingly tricky. Remember, we listen to it in headphones.
Yeah.
Dialing it in my monitors is a little trickier. But so far, so good. Still kind of learning the ins and out of it. I want to get my PA speakers out too at some point and run it into PA speakers and hear what it sounds like. But I like it so far. I really, really like it so far.
Great.
The reverb sounds good on it. Just, I don't know. It's a fantastic unit. It
looks really cool.
Oh, it looks cool. So clean and sick. Apparently they cut and sand these wood edges by hand.
Yeah, that's cool. I know Al from Gear Safari did a good job on the video.
He did. I watched his video. He and I've been chatting about it. So
yeah, it's nice.
How's Al getting on with it? I haven't spoken to him about it. How's he getting on with it?
He likes it. He likes it a lot. Good. So far, anyway.
Yeah.
But you know how our tastes go.
Yeah, I mean, I've just because I've spent the last week just deep diving in menus and looking at screens and stuff. I'm very much open for that at the moment.
Yeah.
Just having something I can just do that with.
I would like to get that Royalist.
Yeah, Royalist is cracking.
I also have something else coming in, guys. I have, you may like this, you may not. I have a Providence chrono delay coming in.
Oh, I've almost bought one like 4 times in the last 3 weeks.
It's like a total super stripped down, like 2290 sound, but mono in a stomp box. But it has 2 presets, or you can has a tap tempo switch on it. It's set from the demos I've heard. It's supposed to be pretty good. That's going to go on my Blue Guitar Amp 1 rig. So
great, nice,
very cool. Right, let's do this.
Let's do it.
Also, Geddon, Jivey, absolute genius thumbnail. Good work. Wasn't Jivey?
Wasn't me this week.
Don't give Jivey credit where it's not due.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Hey, I got to say that's my favorite one so far. I love it. I love the
fact that Vinny just
Vinny's like this, like dump. Well, yeah, he's like this. Brilliant.
Vinny is a noodle.
Yeah.
And then,
James looks like he's squeezing one out in our suit.
I'm playing a zucchini somehow.
Oh dear.
It's really good. No AI was used during that.
I drew that by hand. I drew that by hand.
And it's so funny. One person complains about the soup, and it turns into an absolute ball busting event forever.
Yeah, right.
To the point where.
Super.
and I was just about to say, and not only by us, but the subscribers as well. That's
yeah. Al from Gear Safari says, "Evening, chaps. How are we all? All good, mate. Hope you're well.
Yeah.
Love the fact that Jivey has a wreath of broccoli around his neck and he's drumming with what looks like carrot sticks. As for Vinny posing naked as a dumpling, it's really good.
It's perfect."
Pet says, "I was half tempted to throw the 4 little croutons a life reserve first until I noticed their happy boat faces, basking in the soup du jour."
Oh man, it was so good. So good.
These things, moments of planning go into this stuff.
Right. Literally seconds.
Searching for tone. Good day. Since the last stream, I had 2 Tony's chocolate bars. Oh, mate, you living like a king. Living like a king. Watch it. They're big. They're big old chocolate bars.
Searching for tone. I wish I were in your tax bracket.
Yeah, your tasting gear is just as good as chocolate. My glucose now goes to 1100. Nice. Enjoy the Tonys. I think it's T-O, isn't it? It's not a Y, is it? It's an I, isn't it? In Tonys?
No, it's a Y.
It is a Y.
Jen was saying, my wife was telling me that you can get Tony's over here, but it's damn expensive.
Yeah, it's really expensive.
Well, yeah, try to get good UK chocolate over here.
Yeah,
you can do it.
Yeah. Okay, live evening all and cheers from Brussels. Hi, okay, live. Hope you're well. Thomas, good afternoon. Afternoon, Thomas. Anton, hi all. Hi, Anton. Hollywood, evening. Guitar buddy. Soup of the day. Hello, rats. Half Bill says Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hollywood needs more gear. Is sitting in a guitar shop. Sorry.
Yeah. Because
in the guitar shop right now.
Because I said like I need more gear.
Yeah.
Like any of us do. Well, the whole point of the Studio Rats Reverb store, official Reverb store, is to try and get rid of some of the stuff.
Have Reverb pushed that out themselves?
They have.
They have. Great. Okay.
It's been on their Instaface channels.
Great. Okay.
Oh yeah.
JP, sorry, was just away bleaching my eyes from seeing the thumbnail. Hod, good day all. Good day, Hod. Just kidding. Evening or evening, JP. Mr. Sardi. He says, hello to the rats and the Rat Pack. Hope you're all doing absolute spiffy. And to you, mate.
Funniest video I watched this week was 2 people whose accents I can barely understand talking to each other.
Who was that?
Steve Cassidy and our friend Mr. Bass.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a conversation that only closed captioning can love.
The BPT legit fractal rules. It sure does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure does. Hanoi Rocker 85. If I were to swap the speaker in a Boss Katana for a Redback, would the power control still function properly? Like when you did it a few years ago? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no problem at all. That's the power amp section. So that's nothing to do with the speaker. Providing you get the right ohmage.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the Katana is. So yeah, I wouldn't like to say
from memory.
Don't go there because you get it wrong.
Yeah.
It's worth checking with Boss. It's worth definitely checking with Boss. Yeah. Hollywood, Paul, as Line 6 are working with you, do you think you will ever get a Catalyst combo to review?
It's a 4-ohm speaker in the Katana.
Is it 4 ohm?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
At least in the Katana Gen 3 50 watt. It's a 4-ohm speaker.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's a weird choice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably just want to get as much power out of that power amp as possible, don't they?
Yeah.
Do you think they'll ever get a Catalyst combo to review? There's no plan in it. Do Line 6 still sell the Catalyst? I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweetwater does.
Yeah. I'm sure it's still part. Hod, he said PRS on there. Is that a question? Well,
yes, there is a PRS on there.
There is a PRS on there. There's the PRS McCarty.
How dare you? How dare you?
No, I wasn't going to sell it. But literally, it's like James has told me I had to come up with 20 things to sell. So I was just like, don't go.
Otherwise, it's my fault.
James has plenty to sell. Let him come up with 20 things to sell.
No, I've got the Huber which does that job, and I've got
that's true.
And I've got another Huber coming. So it's like.
I did the same thing with the Nick Huber I play, and I was like, well, I don't want my Les Paul. I'm going to sell my Les Paul. I'm going to sell this. I'm going to sell, and it's just it covers a lot. It covers a lot of ground.
I still very badly want your blue one that you probably already sold by now. Your single pickup Les Paul.
Oh, mine. I still have it. I still have it for sale.
I want it so bad. But I have no money.
Build the studio.
I know.
Have a little swapsy. That I'd like that guitar.
Yeah.
Nick 90. Evening, gents. Evening, Nick. Hate those guitars. What guitars?
The
V.
Flying V.
Oh, okay. Rack Revival, evening all. Have you guys had the chance to try proxy? Yes. You probably heard me talking about it. Yes, video coming out. There's a video coming out tomorrow.
And there is a capture pack already listed on the Studio Rats website.
Jeez, y'all are fast.
I don't mess about. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Getting stressed and
Have you captured a PV VTM Butcher yet?
I haven't. Damn, that's my dream. That is.
Yeah, you got the Mississippi Marshall. You got to make that happen.
Pama Pop. Evening, folks. Evening, Pama Pop. Mr. Anderson. Howdy, folks. Howdy, Mr. Anderson. Javilalima. Hi, gents. Javi here from Portugal. Hello, mate. Watching the show while working on my legato technique. Awesome.
Hola, Javi.
Yeah, well done. Walrus. I have a JVM 410 head recently that I bought, and something inside the amp made a push sound. A push sound?
Maybe a pop, like a pop.
Like a psh.
Yeah.
And smoke came out. I returned it. Good move.
See, you let the tone smoke out. That was your problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't smoke.
It wouldn't have. Yeah. Got to keep that. You've got to keep that in there.
The tone smoke. I love it.
And he said also, if a truss rod is stuck in a neck and won't move, is there any fix that can be done?
Yes.
I've had that before, and I couldn't get it to move. But go on, you guys.
There's a couple of things you could do. Sometimes when people set if they set a skunk stripe in, they accidentally glue the rod. You can sometimes, and this doesn't always work all the time, is you can heat up the end of the truss rod with the soldering iron a little bit and get it heated up, but not for a long amount of time, just like 20 seconds or so, and then try to slowly move it. It might loosen up whatever is glued in place.
Mm-hmm.
But if that doesn't work, sometimes you can spray some like lubricant down in there and see if that will work. It might budge free, but sometimes, yes, it will not go. It might even be broke. So
yeah, and then sometimes there's a couple of things that could just be rusted to its location. So a little bit of WD-40 or some something to break up the rust a little bit, just get it moving. And the last thing that could stop it from moving, if it is a single action truss rod, especially, sometimes it's maxed out. Sometimes that truss rod is as turned as it's going to get with the wood, and it's done. Usually what happens is you run out of how much it can flex the wood before it runs out of thread, because obviously that thread's usually pretty long. I have had to once on an old Yamaha acoustic. I created a vise to flatten the truss rod, the neck even further, and a little bit of heat if you've got a heating iron, but don't do it, if you don't know what you're doing. But if you can straighten the neck out manually, that way you can get a little more turn on the truss. But that's like a last ditch. I don't recommend that unless you're just absolutely trying to salvage replacing a truss rod.
See, that's what you two are here for, to answer questions that we wouldn't have known that. Great, nice one.
Yeah.
Hollywoods, Vinny, you got to play John Mayer on that Iron Maiden. Yeah, you got to play John Mayer.
Vinny, if you don't play slow dancing in a burning room on that guitar,
I don't think I know how to play any John Mayer. I'll have to learn something.
You can do it.
You've got to do it.
Look, if John Mayer can play it, you can play it.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Prince used EMGs for years.
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah, EMGs are very underrated. They got about 20 years ago, people started poo-pooing them, and it's been going downhill ever since. But I had those David Gilmour ones in there. Got a lot of compliments on the tone. I really like them.
They're great.
And James, your Schecter sounds amazing with them. I don't know what to say. I like EMGs. I think they're good. I think especially if you're a person building your own guitar and you don't know how to solder, which if you watch, not that I'm pushing my channel, but if you watch my channel last couple of videos and looked at the abomination of soldering that people do, and you're not good at it, it's great for that, man. You can get it good. You can install pickups as long as you can turn a screwdriver, and yes, it runs on a battery. Who cares? As long as you don't leave it plugged in when you're not playing, it'll be good for hundreds of
I'll get my coat.
Yeah, because I can't keep a wah pedal alive for more than a couple of days.
yeah, I unplug all my stuff. So I think it's a good pickup. They make good pickups, and they make so many versions now. If you haven't been to the EMG website lately, there are so many variations of EMGs now. I can't even put my head around it. You actually have to read all the descriptions of all the different types they have. It's not just the EMG 81, 85, and the single coils anymore. There is all kinds of stuff.
The EMGs that were in I had the Schecter Sun Valley Super Shredder, which is a guitar none of you expected me to have ever owned. But I really enjoyed that. It had passive EMGs that were designed to sound like PAFs, just a little more. I really liked those pickups. I thought they were great.
I wanted to show you guys, all you guys out there. I want to show you the custom shop pickups that came out of my custom shop, the Fender. Just want to show you how nice the wiring is in there. It is definitely different than just the regular USA one. So if you ever wondered what the custom shop looks like, that's what the custom shop wiring looks like.
That is clean.
That's really pretty.
Look at that. Look at the caps.
Yeah. I just put a huge cap in the telly. I didn't think it was going to fit in the control cabinet.
Wow.
But yeah, so when people say, "Oh, you could get a Mexican guitar," it's the same. It's the same as a custom shop. I'm not saying you can't get an awesome playing Mexican guitar. I mean, if you look at the video I did on the Isabel one, that telly's great. But you're paying extra money for this.
Yeah,
this is what you're paying. Plus other things. But yeah, so
yeah,
nice. I'm hankering after another masterbuilt.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
They're really cool, but I have a hard time justifying it over a team built custom shop.
Yeah.
Brand.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
You ever play one of them carbon? What is it? Carbonita with the TV.
Cabronita. Yeah.
How do you say it?
Cabronita.
Yeah, I don't know the background on that, but
it's okay. You just wanted to say carbonara. It's fine.
Yeah.
I had a masterbuilt one with Powertrons in it.
Yeah, and
yes,
you like
sir.
it or not?
I didn't like the Powertrons. Thought they were they were too dark for me. And I like Filtrons.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a great guitar.
That's why I pulled the Fender ones out. Those custom shop hand wounds that are in there, those red hot ones, they're hot, but they're really dark, like really, really dark. I'm not getting any kind of that position 2, position 4 chime and sparkle out of it. They're like,
yeah.
My custom shop has the dual mag pickups. Have you seen those? Where they're like Alnico 2s on the treble side and Alnico 5 on the bass side, or maybe it's vice versa.
Right.
I did not expect to like those, but I love them.
Cool.
Josh, hey gang, just pulled the trigger on a quad Cortex and I love it so far.
Good man.
Any suggestions on favorite presets captures from the Studioret site? I'll have to have a look to see what's on there.
Well, your guys is Phil X free one is good. I also like the you got a couple of Bad Cat ones that are killer that you guys have.
If you like Dumble styly stuff, the Amp Nation ones are great.
Yeah, I like the Phil X was one of my favorite. I think that Phil X amp is great.
Yeah.
I like the Phil X capture you guys did, and then I use that all the time, and I use my Amp 1 capture that I did.
I don't want it unless Phil X comes and plays it for me. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
I wonder when his signature SG is gonna pop up.
Yeah.
He's been working with them, and I wonder if it's just gonna be one of them. Gibson, we're gonna make 100 for $17,000 each, or if they actually make a proper run.
I don't think Phil's quite got the name to do a 25 limited.
Right.
I agree.
I think having said that, I mean, they did a Gary Clark Jr. 100 limited run or 80 limited run, whatever it was. And as much as I like to think Gary Clark Jr. has a bigger name, they're not marketing to music fans. They're marketing to guitar players.
True. Yeah.
And guitar players know who Phil X is.
Oh, that is very true. I mean, if they got his slightly more overpaid boss to do a limited run,
Speaking of his overpaid boss, I went to Bon Jovi's on Broadway in Nashville over the weekend.
And
It was fine. It was fine. Oh, you know what? Actually, it's a really good thing to bring up. So my buddy Matt had not been to Broadway in like 20-something years and wanted to go. I've also not been on Broadway in 20-something years, and I was okay with that. But we went, saw a bunch of bands. There was one band playing country music, and they were killer. There was like 10 people in the bar. But he was killer. He was the only player the entire night in 5 or 6 bars we saw playing a modeler. Everyone else had tube amps on stage.
Wow.
At every bar, he was playing a Tonex.
Was he? Wow.
He had a Brad Paisley Telecaster into a Tonex FRFR, so there was still sound on stage, and he sounded killer.
Oh, great.
yeah, great. That's good news.
Yeah, it's the player, isn't it? I guess more than the gear. BBD legit just purchased an FM9. Love it. Nice.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the way.
You won't be upset about that.
No, you definitely won't be upset. Walrus said, ever tried Levinson Blade guitars? I love them. Yeah, I had an R4.
I haven't for a long time, but
I've seen them.
I liked so I had an R4 and it's got like a boost switch on it. It's got a boost switch. I found it quite dark. I mean, you can change the pickups. I thought the quality of the guitar was good. It's quite heavy from what I remember. And I think all of the R4s that I ever tried were more weighty. I think it was ash. I think they use ash and not particularly light ash. But yeah, great. Good guitars. Blind Man Gary, hello from Mental Weather, Manchester. We had snow, sleet, rain, sunshine, and wind. So that's always fun. Yeah, it's been
we had hail.
Same
We
day.
had hailstones today.
been a weird day.
Very bizarre.
Guitar Buddy. Joe B has a new Dumble, very cool amp. Not a bad price either. Ooh.
Might have to check that out.
Like the new Dumble amp, or like, because Dumble has a new amp. The company Dumble has the amp, and then like there's the new Fuchs Dumble inspired amp that Joe B has signature amp. I don't know what you mean.
But let's I mean he's probably done both, and in all fairness, he does love to endorse things, and
he really does. I mean, that back scratcher is legit.
Hey, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, please, everybody.
Don't say it after that joke. God.
Yeah,
people are running for the hills. But yeah, he likes to put his name on stuff. But I mean, it's also, I like to give him a lot of guff, but the dude can play. He could play anything he wants. He's a great guitar player, regardless of what you think of him and his marketing. Yeah. He
is great. He's a great guitar player. Yeah.
I'd love to see him in London next year, but I think ticket prices at the Royal Albert Hall might be a bit beyond me.
Yeah. Gordon Parish Guitars. Evening, chaps. Hope you're all well. Good start to the year for modeler users with the new quad update and captures and the Helix update. Makes deciding what to upgrade to from my original Helix hard. Is there a Cortex?
I think he's talking about the 2.0 update that came out like a month or two ago.
Yeah. That's great. It's all tech is definitely moving on. It's good. It's all good stuff. Nekon, he said, even gents, just came back from a gig. Some clumsy dude passed by me holding a chair and dinged and scratched my grits.
He'd be wearing that chair around his neck when I was done.
What is wrong with people?
What the hell? Sorry to hear that, mate. That's
sucks.
Yep. Moment of silence.
Damascus Hardware. Have you guys tried out the proxy system for Stadium release yesterday? Yes. Video coming out tomorrow. Even chaps. Finally got my Cornford amp fixed, and now I'm away from home and can't try it. Damn conspiracy, I tell you.
Boo and hiss.
Congrats on getting it fixed. Jerry White took a punt of some stainless steel rolling nuts from China just for giggles. Can't believe how well one works on my Les Paul. Suits a large range of string gauges, machined very precisely, 4 for 52 quid.
Wow.
Nice.
Have you ever? There used to be a running joke. See, the thing about I'm going to say in China, you're going to get well-made stuff if you hunt the well-made stuff. That's it. There used to be a running joke. I don't know how accurate it is anymore, but the U.S. scientists, metallurgists, whatever the term is, metallurgists, had managed to pull a string of metal in such a fine strand that you needed a microscope to see it. And they were so enamored with their achievement that they wanted to brag, and they mailed a strand of it to scientists in China, basically saying, hey, look what we can do. The Chinese scientists sent it back to the American scientists with holes drilled in it.
I'll be right back, guys.
Probably apocryphal, probably the wrong countries, probably it gets, names change every time the story's told. But that's the case. That's always the case. Nice. If you search for quality anywhere, you will find quality.
Yeah. I agree. Steve Cassidy guitar. I know what you mean, Joey, but I couldn't understand a word Sapko was saying either. Not the best bit, but that was about it. Awesome. Gelly Strat, Paul. I love the Fender custom shop bridge swap for the Thornbuckers. Any up-to-date thoughts on Super Strat? I'm considering move in that direction. But the only Super Strat that I kept was the you can just see it there.
Yeah,
it's a Friedman HSS vintage S HSS. I'd really recommend checking out the Friedman stuff if you're looking for an HSS. Out of all the ones I've tried, that's the one I kept. So yeah, highly recommend the Friedman. Fram, not zero. Net
zero
bullshit. Smart meters. ULEZ. Blah blah. Thoughts on how this may impact us as musicians, touring or not touring? Cheers, rats.
Well, touring, all that sort of stuff, including massively high shipping fees and cartage and all those sort of things, is making touring practically impossible for all but the most well-heeled.
Mm-hmm.
As in, what we would call touring, not what Taylor Swift would call touring.
Hold on a second. Yeah, but you say that, but Chris Buck's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's costing them money to do it.
They're losing money to do it. Yeah.
Oh, they are losing money.
I'm almost certain they're losing money to do it.
We spoke to what's the singer's name, James?
Big beardy bloke.
Yes, big beardy bloke. We spoke to big beardy bloke.
Tom Hollister.
Tom.
That's the one.
Spoke to Tom in Germany, and they were doing all right.
Yeah, I mean, because they do a lot of other stuff, but like they gotta be losing money coming to the US. There's no way they're making money.
I think he said it cost them 20 grand on visas or something. I can't remember.
Yeah,
because
because the fees got jacked up last year, just to get the visas. Then you got to ship things because they're actually touring with gear. I mean, Chris came over. He brought one amp, if I remember correctly. No, he was loaned one amp, and he bought an amp when he got here, and then sold it before he left the country.
That's a good move.
Yeah,
that's probably a good move. Yeah,
but even. Just the price of diesel going up as much as it has is going to affect bands.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in a tour bus, that's going to hit you big time. Even if you're traveling in transit, it's put the price of a tank of fuel up 15 quid.
Yep.
And that's just diesel. You then add spares and everything. It's just got ridiculous. It has got really difficult to tour. Then people complain about ticket prices going up.
Yep. Sorry.
Let's move on.
Yeah, before we get sad.
Creed or Nickelback, which is worse?
Nickelback.
Vinny?
I never listened to any of them, so I don't know.
I got to say Nickelback.
They've got the Chad.
Yeah, they do.
I think that instantly makes it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the documentary? The Netflix? I think it's on Netflix.
No.
It's really interesting.
I don't intentionally seek out documentaries on either one of those bands, so it didn't even matter which one you were talking about.
Yeah, but it's no, I don't. But I just love I love rock biographies and documentaries
sure.
and that sort of stuff. It doesn't matter who it is. I hate the Doors. I hate the Doors music. Cannot stand it. But I'd watch something on the Doors.
I like a little bit of the Doors. Not enough to call myself a fan. Just like the song here or there. The other day though, I was my wife and I were talking music and bands, and I was like, "Have you ever heard?" And then before I said anything, I said, "Wait, I'm just gonna play it for you." And I for y'all are savvy, so y'all will have heard this. Mark Tremonti's solo album. You've heard his solo album. Tremonti sings Sinatra.
No, I haven't heard it.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah. Dude, he sounds like Sinatra. He sings like, he even has a Christmas album of Sinatra tunes. He sounds like Frank Sinatra.
Oh God,
it's freakish.
What, he sounds like Frank Sinatra does now? Or
no, he sings like Frank Sinatra did in his heyday.
Wow.
It's nuts.
How lucky can one guy be?
Right. Save something for the rest of us.
Broker
brain.
Vi Sachatrucci. Greetings, gents. It's been a hot minute, but finally catching a live stream after dealing with 3 consecutive bulldog ACL tear surgeries.
Oh,
Achilles tendon.
No. ACL's back of the knee.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, back of the knee has 3 major tendons: the ACL, the MCL, and the PCL. ACL is a common athlete injury.
Wow, bloody hell! Listen to.
Has a bulldog had a go at him or something, or is that?
I think he's saying his bulldog had ACL tears.
Yeah, bulldogs are notorious for having their legs really messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that sounds expensive as well. Bless him as well. But all good now, and the thumbnail made my day. Oh, well, I hope your bulldog. I hope your bulldog gets better soon.
Yeah.
Rat Revival going to see James Taylor in Amsterdam this July. He's coming to the UK too, you guys. So you should go. Landau, Steve Gadd, Jimmy Johnson, a true all-star band. Nice.
Wow. Great.
I've got a buddy of mine. His dad was a drummer in New York. He's the guy I know. He's older. He's got to be in his late 60s, early 70s now, but his dad was a percussionist for the Met or the Philharmonic in New York. Got it as a young kid, but he also used to teach lessons when he was an adult in New York. And my buddy Stan, he pulled out a receipt from the first lesson his dad ever gave Steve Gadd.
Wow.
Amazing. Lemon Lust. How is the neural DSP called Cortex changing the traditional amp market? Well, the same way as the Quad Cortex or the Fractal or the Helix, or it's just, unfortunately, it's nowadays there's a lot of silent stages. Guitar players aren't allowed to take speakers on stage, so we have to deal with modelers and capture devices.
I don't know. I just picked up an amp from a company that started in the 2020s, and they can't keep them on the shelves. And he's building point-to-point tube amplifiers that are loud as hell.
Yeah, I bet that, but I wonder how many people are actually gigging them.
Again, I went on Broadway. I saw 6 bands. I saw 1 modeler.
Yeah,
I think Broadway's different. I mean, it's very different.
It's where I would expect all the modelers, though. That's why it's different. I would expect modelers.
Right.
I've literally caught bands in the last 2 years, and I don't know, I've seen between small bands and big live bands, big touring bands. I've seen in 50 or 60 shows, I've seen 4 or 5 modelers on stage. People are still touring amps.
I think it's different in the States.
I think it's different in the States.
I think it's different in the States. The live band thing is still a thing for you guys.
Yeah,
it's very different over here. A live band. I was like, well, what sort of band did you expect? A dead one? I'm like, it's one of those things. I mean, you turn up now and everyone assumes you're miming.
But I guess in the States, the venues, your venues probably tend to be bigger than it, like our little pubs.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that, and there's like, you go to Ireland, and there's still an acoustic.
How big's
band.
the Bluebird?
Oh, Bluebird, tiny.
Yeah. And yet, arguably one of the most famous live music venues in the world.
Yeah. We're talking Bluebird Cafe can seat maybe 50 people.
Oh wow! Okay.
And that there'll be amps on stage, though, right?
Well, there's Bluebird is known more as a songwriters venue, so it's very acoustic guitars, maybe a keyboard, and they're very in the round. So they're just there's no stage.
Right.
It's middle of the room in the round, and the crowd is around them.
Okay.
No. So that's not the best example, but yes, the sentiment is still there. Even for example, the country band I saw, I said there were like 10 people watching. Well, the bar they were in probably only had room for 25, maybe 30. Wow. And they had a drum kit, a bass amp, FRFR for the modeler on stage. But they were on in-ears. I'll give them that.
Wow.
Yeah. I think if you want a tube amp, you will buy a tube amp.
Yep.
If you are a gigging pro, you probably have both.
Yeah, I mean, there's other options now, isn't there? There's you've got things like the Soldano Astro, and you've got.
Well, and there are tube amps with built-in.
2 notes, yeah.
2 notes, you can still.
That's what we're saying. That's just what. That's
yeah.
Or
you have other big bands doing the opposite that are surprising. Like you've got Scott Holiday with Rival Sons. He's touring with a Helix and pedals into Seymour Duncan power stages, driving 6 4x12s. He obviously, the volume isn't the problem. It's the consistency venue to venue and overseas and back that he cares about.
Yeah, and shipping and putting a quad Cortex and some pedals in your backpack is not expensive. You can hire the cabs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we all know cabs make a difference, but in the grand scheme of things, you can hire cabs.
If I was playing out, I hate to say this, but I'd probably just use the quad Cortex and 2 FRFR cabs in stereo. I think it would be killer.
Yeah.
Very, very killer.
Yeah.
RJ Vartanian. For someone looking to purchase his first amp modeling unit, quad Cortex, Helix, etc., what would you recommend for great tones and ease of use?
I just went through this. Remember?
Ease of use. Well, if you want all of them do great tones.
Yeah.
It's ease of use, I'd say, is the is the tricky thing now. So
I'd probably say Tonex because there's less to do.
Well, I think if you want the best tone, for me, it's Fractal. If you want ease of use, and you want everything, and you want all the effects, you want everything, which Tonex won't give you because it's a limited unit, and you want something that's really easy to use. It's probably quad Cortex because it's all drag and drop.
Yeah, and the online editor is really good.
Yeah, I have the Tonex, I have the quad Cortex, and I'm just getting new into this stuff, and I didn't get the Fractal, even though it does to my ears sound better than anything. I went with the quad Cortex for ease of use, and once you learn the topography and the symbology, I should say, it's good. But that Black Star thing that you demoed, on the cheap and ease of use, that Black Star thing is cool.
The Black Star thing is really good. But the quad Cortex, so this is the quad Cortex Mini. Now all of these, just in case you don't know, RJ, but it's all of these are rotary controls. So it's not only touch screens, you can do everything with your, like you can on an iPhone, but all of these are, rotary controls. It's really, like, they sound great. You can't really beat for ease of use. But if you want something that's really simple, Vinny's right. The Black Star, the little.
What about James? What about the ToneMaster Pro? That seemed to be easier than the quad Cortex on how the knobs turn, and move the virtual amp knobs and everything. I don't know. I don't have one, so it looks simple.
It is good. Sonically, we don't think it's as good as a Stadium. But you know, you're not quite comparing apples with buses.
Yeah, it just sounds a bit dated. That's what it sounds like.
I think that's it. It already sounds behind.
It does sound, and it sounded great, but it just sounded like an older modeler.
I'm glad I went with the quad Cortex. I still don't regret it.
Yeah. And the next question.
Quad Cortex or FM9 again? Yeah, it's a similar question, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, both are great, and you'll get great tones out of.
The FM9 doesn't do captures, whereas the
FM, that's very true. That's really true.
Do you care about captures? And that's it. End of the day.
And that's not necessarily doing them, but buying other people's or acquiring other people's. You don't have to do it just to make use of it.
Yeah. I mean, you can't be the sounds. I've got one patch in the Fractal that I use all the time, and it's my favorite. It's my favorite thing. But you know, you can still get great sounds out of everything else. So yeah, I think they're right. Do you need captures? If so, you get the Quad Cortex. If you don't, get the FM9. Well done, Willie. Good man.
Willie
whipping it out.
Good. Oh, I like that. A bit too much.
Tricky Trev. He said, how do you guys feel about the Vintera 2 pricing? Especially because in USA, American Vintage 2 are selling secondhand way cheaper. Anyone know what the hi Trev, hope you're well, mate. And anyone know what the Vintera 2 pricing is?
I mean, it's currently about 20 or 30% less because they're about to come out with a Vintera 3. It's been leaked. So
Fender loves it.
Yeah.
I would still go and buy, you know, as you say, I'd go and get a secondhand American Vintage 2.
Yeah, if that's what you're looking for. But also, I don't like when someone compares the new price of one series versus the used price of another series, because what you should be comparing is the used price of one versus the used price of another. Yes. Used price of the Vintera 2 is much cheaper than the used price of an American Vintage 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Blind Man Gary, I bought a Pigtronics Gloma. It's a really fun pedal. I've been using with my Cloudburst pedal and my delay. Still getting used to the settings, but it's so much fun and sounds very atmospheric. Nice.
Cool.
Oh, Gary. I own a car. What's the best shoe for drumming? I would say there's no shoes good for drumming.
I would go with wrestling shoes if I was a drummer.
Yeah, I think just like really heavy clogs. I think clogs would be great for drumming.
It's Vans or nothing.
No. There's three options. Vans is one. Chuck
Converse, Chuck Taylors.
Yeah. Or if you're a middle-aged man like me, Skechers.
Yeah, Skechers.
I think welly boots. Just
you don't think wrestling shoes would be cool because you could actually
wrestling shoes are great. I when I was working on ships, I used to wear ballroom dancing shoes which have a very, very, very thin sole, but they look smart because obviously you've got to you couldn't wear trainers. Yeah, Converse All Stars is what everyone wears.
Yeah.
If was it Lona? If you're in the States, look up a company called Lem, L-E-M. They make zero drop shoes. I've been wearing them. They're fantastic. And I have a pair that look like Chuck Taylors, and you can actually feel they're almost like a barefoot type of shoe, and it has a wider toe box, and you can actually feel the ground through them without them killing your feet. Check it out. L-E-M.
Ignore all of that. Buy a pair of Vibrams. The kind that have the toe separation.
Those are disgusting. Yeah. Do not listen to Phil. Do not listen to Phil. You look like a weirdo.
Phil, you know I can kick you out of the chat. You know.
What about flippers?
Let's move on before Paul has a heart attack.
So I've got distaste for drums. Josh Lawless, is the Helix one is the Helix one on your site? I can't seem to find it. What do you mean? The
capture.
The capture.
If you mean captures, yes, it's on the
If you go to the Studio Rats page to downloads, select your platform, and the Helix one is there. I think if we're talking about, we were talking about Cortex, weren't we?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Helix is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's on the second page.
It's a Friedman amp.
Yeah.
It's the top of the second page for Quad Cortex.
Yep.
Next to the 2 Amp Nations, which are also awesome.
It's called the Friedman X. You're not going to see Phil X. You're going to see Friedman X.
Hey, Josh, as well. Don't forget to leave your Cortex name in the if you do buy it in the notes, because I cannot send anything if you don't follow all the instructions.
So because freaking Euro DSP doesn't know how to do an online marketplace.
Well, and that, in some ways, that's one of the reasons for going Tonex, because they have nailed that bit of it.
They have, very much so.
If you are into captures and acquiring other people's captures, the Tonex platform is, without doubt, it has its faults, as do they all, but they have got it nailed.
Yeah. Lionel said, "Are Helix and Tonex related?" Yes, Tonex is Helix's dad.
Do all X's look alike to you?
Is it the Friedman X-Pack? Yes.
That's the one.
That'll be the one. Hailstones today over Braintree, Essex today. Just as I got out the car for the school run. Hiding at home playing guitar weather. Nice.
Well, if you're in Braintree, Gordon, you're just at the road, because I'm in Great Dunmow. There you go. Yes, and there was
as Jivey doxes himself.
Doxes?
Give your address out online.
Did you say you live in Great Dumbo?
No.
Oh, I didn't hear. It got kind of cut off.
Great Dunmow.
Oh.
Same thing.
Around here, everyone calls it Dunmow, but I'm proud of the Great.
It's why it's Great Britain, not Britain.
Yeah, damn right.
Absolutely.
We paid a lot for that, Great.
Josh says, "Is there a video on your channel showing the QC Helix demo?" No, you see the Helix demo. I don't think there's a QX. There's a QC Helix demo. The Helix demos on there. I'm sure there might be.
There isn't. There's a Helix. There's the Helix amp demo.
That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds awesome.
Gilly Strat, any thoughts on a Les Paul by Jet Guitars? Mahogany and all the right stuff, but what about the double action truss rod? Thanks very much again. Guitars. I mean, that's not really my thing, to be honest. So I probably can't.
What
comment.
is it? I don't.
Jet Guitars are like
double action truss rod is fine. I don't never had a problem with
It'll be great, because Jet Guitars are great.
Yeah, I know nothing about them.
And if you do find it's not great, it'll be down to the setup rather than the guitar.
Yeah. Here's my only advice: if you have the itch to have a Les Paul and you try to buy something else to scratch the itch, you inevitably are still going to want the Les Paul.
Yep.
So find a way just to buy a Les Paul and be done with it, because you'll never be happy.
Buy a secondhand one.
There's someone locally selling a 60s Les Paul Burst USA standard for $1,000.
Nice.
There's deals to be had for sure. And look at it this way: resale value. If you don't like the Les Paul, you could always sell it and get some of your money back. You buy the Jet.
Yeah. I mean, bear in mind, a Jet is a sub £500 guitar.
Right.
I don't know this particular model, but usually they're in that bracket.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, but they're Chinese. Yeah, it's a Chinese made.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them. Just saying,
Yeah. You're right. If it's resale value, it will go down faster than nothing that goes down very fast.
And I'm only telling you from experience in owning over 400 guitars, is that I have, and it sounds disgusting even me saying that out loud. I want to throw up. It was therapy all my years, so let's just put it that way. I used it as therapy, but I will tell you this: I have had custom guitars built. I've ordered guitars from Kiesel when I wanted this guitar, but I'm like, I could have Kiesel built me the same thing. And in the end, it wasn't the same thing, because it didn't say the same thing on the headstock. It didn't look exactly like it. And in the end, I sold the Kiesel, and I eventually went out and got the thing that I needed in the first place. So just experience, just save yourself some money. If you want a Les Paul, go get one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bram, How do you choose between modelers, not considering price? Is it the best captured tones and effects? Yeah, it's also feel as well. I think it's how well it reacts under the fingers, and
the fact that. Sorry, Paul. The fact that you and I, when Quad Cortex version 1 came out,
James now because he always interrupts me. Just like
it's difficult to tell, isn't it? On it, we both sold our Quad Cortices within weeks when it first came out because it was feel.
Yeah, and then it completely did get better. So yeah, how do you choose?
It's why I stick with the Fractal. I like the feel of it.
Again, it's that thing. It's like, do you want, what Vinny was talking about? Do you want the best? I mean, I know we're talking about guitars and Jets and Gibsons and all that sort of stuff. If you want the best, it is Fractal, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
it's they're expensive.
And it's your aptitude as well. Like, what's your patience level?
Yeah.
Like I know me, if it's difficult to operate and I'm going to spend 3 hours tweaking a patch and never play the guitar, or am I going to get something really quick up and running and then I'm jamming to a backing track and having a really good time, or recording something, that you got to factor all these things and what's going to be the best for you, and you have to know yourself and what you could deal with.
And Paul, I know you say it's expensive, but an FM9 is the exact same price as a Quad Cortex. It's cheaper. It's cheaper than a Helix.
Is it really over in the States?
The Helix is $21.99. A Fractal FM9 is $17.99.
Oh, it's different. So a Fractal in the FM9 in the UK is that in pounds?
Oh yeah, it's $17.99 USD.
Yeah, so that's in pounds as well.
Which is exactly how much a neural Quad Cortex is here.
Yeah. I
mean,
so similar sort of prices, I guess.
Yeah.
In retrospect, had the AM4 come out and the VP4 come out prior to me getting the Quad Core, you know what I mean? Like I probably would have got both of those and paid about the same. And I know I could get an FM3 or whatever, but I like them because I can take them apart and use them in different locations and different rigs.
Yeah.
So, there's so much to choose from. And like Paul was saying earlier, you really can't go wrong nowadays. A lot of them sound really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the AM4 is great. If you only need four things, AM4 is awesome.
Yeah.
Incredible. Lekaplex, hi everyone. Hi, Will.
No, what you mean is Willie Coplex.
Oh, Willie.
No, it's Willie Choplex.
Willie Choplex.
Lona, Creed, far worse than Nickelback. Curb is a gnarly album.
Paul, I don't think that's Lona. I think that's I Own a Car 69.
Yeah.
Very good. Very, very good.
Dacus, hot take, Nickelback and Creed are both good bands that are victims of too much success.
I mean, that's
Okay.
obviously the truth. Nickelback has sold a metric ton of albums.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, and if either band said, "Would you like to join us on drums?" Like, I'd be saying no.
You're right. I mean,
there's some questionable songs from Nickelback, though, aren't there?
Have you heard all of Creed's catalog?
Is it as cheesy? And I haven't heard all of Creed, but
I've heard a lot of it.
I would probably know a tune if I heard one, but I never owned any of their stuff.
There's no way you wouldn't know Higher or Arms Wide Open. There's zero chance you don't know those songs.
You know what it was? During that whole era when all those bands came out, they all sounded like the same guy singing to me. All sounded like they had a cold, like nasally, and they all sounded like the same thing. And it's only because I'm not into them, and that's why I can't differentiate. Same thing with country music. Like for a really long time, every country person sounds like the same. I can't pick one out from the other because they all sound the same thing, you know. And it's all like a contrived accent anyway, in my opinion, because if you think about it, you could hear a British person sing and not know they're British until an interview. But why is it every country person's got that twang? It's a thing that's done deliberately, you know.
Vinny's countryist.
So it's not. I mean, I'm not trying to.
You gotta be careful saying that.
I'm just trying to say, like, I can't get my head wrapped around a lot of that stuff.
I'd like to pause at this point. Actually, no, we'll do the next one because that's the same.
Yeah.
Same thing.
JP, all those hating on Nickelback and Creed let's see you show us how it's done and sell more albums. We'll wait. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can't.
Also, if you think album sales is the predictor of whether a band is good or not, I got bad news for you.
I mean, Albert. What is it? Albert Humperdinck is really good too, but I don't listen to his stuff either.
I mean, Engelbert Humperdinck.
Yeah, what is it? Who is it?
Engelbert.
Whatever.
Isn't his real name something like Mike Shaw? Because
Oh,
basically he went into his manager's office and the manager says, you need to have a better name than
Listen,
that.
Because people say they don't like a certain thing doesn't mean they're taking the talent away from that person.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I like Alan Holsworth. Some people think it sounds like the music that they play on the old Buck Rogers bar scenes back in like 1976. So I have a buddy that tells me it all the time. He says it sounds like the music from Buck Rogers. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that Alan Holsworth wasn't talented. It just means that you don't prefer or like that. That's just
I'll just put it this way: Nickelback has never sold an album that sold as well as Kid Rock's best-selling album.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no accounting for taste, boys and girls. I'd like to pause at this moment, which has clearly set my camera off. And last week we were talking about auction winnings.
Oh yeah,
and cool stuff, right? And I showed you this bad boy.
you did.
yes.
And guess what?
It doesn't work.
No, it works perfectly.
Oh.
It's awesome.
Hey, Paul. Do you remember back in the dark ages, about an hour ago, where we had the "What's New" section of this episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where was this?
This was waiting for 100. This was waiting for 120 people to be online. And I also knew there was no news tonight, so I've saved it to sort of break up the show.
There's no news.
There's got to be news.
There's got to be something that has come out.
You find me something. Find me something that's interesting. And
I'll tell you what, everybody's Googling and eyeing over
Yeah.
that 75th anniversary Fender Tele in that shimmering gold or whatever that
I
is.
love
that
that.
last week?
I keep having dreams about that guitar.
You're right. You're messing.
I love that guitar.
Hold on. There's got to be something.
Come on.
There's no way we had a week
you would
without
have
anything.
that thing gutted. You'd have those pickups gutted out of that in like 6 seconds.
It's got a humbucker in the bridge, though, isn't it? It's got like it's got
one of their dual rail something or others that they a noiseless system thing that they
yeah.
keep.
That's the downer. I love the look of it. I just think it's.
Plus, isn't it poly? Isn't it poly coated?
Yeah. But this is we always rag on Fender for not bringing out something new, and like everyone says, oh, it's just it's the same thing because that's what we want. And Fender have actually done a different Telecaster with an arm curve and it's probably got a belly cut on it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's even got a cut down heel.
It's like there wasn't an Ultra and Ultra 2 series.
Yeah. I'll give you that. Touche, Paul, on that one. I stand corrected. You're right. I think we should give credit where credit is due. They finally did something a little bit different out of the norm.
The Ultra came out 10 years ago, y'all.
No,
these features were on a guitar 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think that heel is a little different on the new one. I don't think it's the same as the regular contour. I think the back horn is cut
I
out
had an Ultra 2. It had all of these features.
I don't think the Ultra 2 and the back of that guitar looked identical.
Hey, but anyway, I love that cut. I really like that color. I know you guys don't like the color. I
love it. I think it looks great.
I think it looks really good. I think that's the first guitar that Fender. No, that's not the first guitar that Fender's brought out in the last. That's not true at all.
I'm looking at the back of the Fender American Ultra. It's got the extra notch by the hand, the cutaway. It's got the rounded heel. It's got the belly cut. It's all of those cuts were there 10 years ago.
Okay.
All right.
I'll tell you what. Some of the best looking Fenders I've seen in a long time are the ones that were only available at Guitar Center.
Yeah.
Those ones that when we went into GC in Hollywood and went, these look great.
They look great, but they were. I can't imagine only one. It was basically it had a humbucker in the neck. It had two single coil. Had a single in the bridge in the middle. I can imagine that on a Strat that will be completely out of balance.
Yeah.
Was that some of the ones with the solid rosewood necks?
I don't know if it had. I don't know.
They were
It was
some of them
custom
were
shop,
really
so they
relics,
were-
weren't they? They were relics and looked amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, they did look good. They look really. I've never seen one up for sale since, so I don't reckon people bought them because they were so far out of it.
The I will say I did pick up and play a couple of the new Tellies at the Guitar Center in Nashville while I was in Nashville. They're fine. Every one I picked up was heavy. Every one I picked up was very heavy.
My experience with the American ones with the poly coating on them is a lot of the bodies are super heavy, and that's why instead of spending $2,400 or whatever $2,200 on one of those, I always look for a secondhand custom shop.
Yeah.
And the daft thing is, we have been going on about secondhand guitars as long as this show's been running. Banging on about don't buy a new one, buy a secondhand one. You'll get way better bang for buck. And actually, we've been ragging on about it for years. You know, we've all bought new guitars, but I haven't bought one in a very long time.
Yeah.
When was the last time I bought it?
Because obviously your stuff's getting made for you. You know,
When was the last time I bought a new guitar? Like new, like actually new. Y'all are. I know the comments are already coming in. You just gotta get that. No, I mean like a brand new guitar.
Yeah.
I guess does it count like the Novo? I mean the Grez that got built for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do that. I can't remember the last time I bought a new Gibson or Fender.
Yeah, most of my stuff is all secondhand. The only one left. I mean, I bought a lot of new guitars this year and last year, but the only one I bought new out of all of these is the Champagne Sparkle Custom Shop Telly.
Yeah.
I thought you bought the Black Strat new. You didn't buy that new.
Did I?
I thought you did. But,
I did. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was both Fenders. I'm sorry. Yes.
I bought a Ventera Bass 6 when they marked them down. That was new, but that's a Bass 6, and that barely counts as an instrument.
Yeah, and I got good deals on my Fender Custom Shops new. You can really, if you call some of the stores that put these things up online, you can get a better deal because they don't have to pay all the fees and everything. But you got to be careful how you do it. Do not send a message to somebody on Reverb and ask for them to call them or call you, and you want a deal. You're as a seller, you're going outside Reverb's policies. I just had somebody do that to me, and I'm not even answering that. They could shut down your account and do all kinds of stuff to you as a seller. So the best thing to do is if it's whatever Schimmelfinny's music, Google their phone number and their address and stuff, and call them on the phone directly so that there's no trace on Reverb's site, because they monitor all of the communications on there.
And hi, Reverb.
Yeah, hi, Reverb.
Don't care. They have the right to spy on your messages because they own the platform.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they would of course say they take a chunk of the risk. It's their platform. They look after all the security and the transactions and all that sort of stuff, and they rightly would say that that's why they take their cut.
And you signed those terms of service,
right? And you're putting that stuff up for sale, and they're promoting it because that's how that works. That's the agreement. So when anybody contacts me, like, please call me at this number, whatever, I go, sorry, I cannot do that. It's outside Reverb's policies. Yeah. I can only sell direct on Reverb, and you know what? It's going to cost me more money to sell it, but I'm not going to jeopardize my shop on Reverb for that.
And you are covered through their T's and C's.
Yeah.
Which is worth 5%.
I think so.
Yeah, it just seems to be like a lot of people lately have been sending me messages for me to contact them because they want me to call them or whatever. Or they want to get a hold of me to buy outside of Reverb, and I'm like, I'm not doing it.
Paul, you need to check Reverb as well because we've had some stuff come in while the show's been on the show.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Well, maybe we should, instead of the news, we could quickly go through the listings to see if any.
Cool idea.
Yeah. All right. Give me a second just to get it up.
Just quickly.
Yeah, but hang on. Let me just go.
No, I don't think we won't go nuts on it. I don't think.
No,
Because,
but let me just go to my shop.
So I want to know who's going to be the shipping department for this. Is it going to be you, Paul, or is it going to be James?
I think it's individually.
You ship your own stuff.
Yeah, it's whoever.
But just purely because it's the only way to make it work. Hang on, why can't I? Share screen, and I want to share window, and I want to share that one. Boom! Hopefully, you guys can see the official Studio Rat shop.
There we go. Well, we can see the. Here we go.
So that currently, I mean, we've sold a few things already, which is great.
Yeah.
Paul's McCarthy is up, as you can see. For some bizarre reason, that Black Star IDX floor is getting a lot of love in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on with that? What was
It's in some carts.
Is it expensive in America or something?
No.
Yeah, it isn't worth the amount it's going to cost in tax and sending it. It's not worth someone.
It's
someone buying it.
according to the site, I'm looking at the US side over here. You've got it listed at $266.25 USD. It is $269.99 USD brand new.
There you go. Yeah, it's not. That doesn't even make.
That doesn't track.
From over here, yeah.
Stuff I'm surprised you're selling, Paul. I'm surprised you're selling the Friedman
Small box.
small box.
Well, again, I got told to list 20 things.
I can't believe you're selling the Jam Pedals Cockness Monster.
I'm so sad you're selling that. I want one
I know.
so
If
bad.
that was local, I would buy that from you. That's cool.
And the hook's up. I hadn't even noticed that.
The hook's up.
You're making the poor guy sell all his stuff.
It's not my fault. If I had the money, mate, I'd have that. I'd have that from you. I'd have the 335.
Oh, I cannot believe you got that list. No, take it down. Take it down. Take that down.
There is a whole load of normal stuff as well. You know, there's pedals, and
I'm surprised if the Soldano hasn't gone.
it's had a lot of interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's getting a lot of love. There's some cool stuff. You know, there's some interesting amps and stuff.
Yeah, some good stuff.
There's some really good stuff up there, and there's more stuff going up every day this week. Just
Hey
because...
guys, y'all need to check your account. I think you're hacked. There's a keyboard for sale.
That's why
you had me actually worried there for a minute.
We're just getting rid of all the non-instruments.
That's not just a keyboard.
Paul just found that somewhere and threw it on it because he needed 20 things. He didn't want to have to get rid of his Nick Huber, James's
He bought that in Facebook Marketplace for like 10 pounds cheaper than that. He's like,
Paul stole that off of a kid on a run and just took off with it.
Oh, you
20th item.
You boys, that thing's awesome.
Yeah.
oh my god.
You're
selling the Plexi 7?
Yeah.
Oh.
Only because
You needed to sell 20 things?
I don't need it. I haven't plugged it in since doing all the captures for it.
Yeah, once we do the captures, it's like...
Yeah, I know. I'm just a filthy hoarder. It's fine.
I'm a terrible filthy hoarder, but I can actually see the floor for the first time in about 2 weeks. The one I didn't think I'd sell is the Modulus, but I haven't played it since we did the video.
That's really good amp.
It's a great amp, cool. But you know, it's just sat there, and I'd rather it go to someone who's going to use it and love it.
Yeah.
Than just gather dust.
That's fair. It's totally fair.
I'm trying to think what else. Oh, that's not it. That's the one. There's some interesting stuff. I mean, so basically, if you're in the US, make sure, and it looks like there's no items listed. Make sure you can see stuff that is listed outside the US.
Yeah. Or the way with not just stuff listed outside, but things that ship to other places. Because if you just have things listed, your filter as ships to the continental US, it's not coming up.
Right.
No,
Okay.
right.
So and that's why. But if you don't let your location in the world stop you, I'd be very worried. I'd be very concerned to ship a dirty, great big valve stroke tube amp to you in the US. just because if it's going to go wrong, that's going to go wrong.
Right. But if I wanted to order the Jam Pedals Cockness Monster,
exactly. I'd be quick because I think someone just has.
I just added it to my cart just to look at it. And it says, this seller has not set a shipping cost for continental US. Please contact them to ask about shipping or change your shipping region.
That's exactly what we want you to do. So there's more stuff going up daily.
You guys did a lot of work. It's a lot of work doing that. I do it all the time.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and a lot of the back end stuff that you don't think takes time.
Yeah.
Listen,
I sell most of 90% of my stuff is all on Reverb. And the reason why is because it's easy to operate, it's easy to work, and like you said, everything is like insured and guaranteed when I send something to somebody.
Yeah, and the money's held by them for a significant amount of time. So I still haven't been paid for the first two yet.
What I like is they let you know, and this is why I use them all the time. It's not because I have to pay fees. That's not fun for me. I like it because they tell you that the payment is cleared and it's ready to ship. It also tells you if somebody's address is validated or not.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that's important.
All that sort of stuff. None of this, you've shipped it to the wrong place, or which I've had on other sales platforms. Can you send it somewhere else, please? Not to the official address that's listed on XYZ platform. No, sorry, I can't.
Yeah.
that's called laundry. So the Reverb, the official Studio Rats Reverb shop is up and live. Take a look and grab yourself some Studio Rats gear.
Do it.
Yeah, do it now. While you're there, please do like, subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the Studio Rats. Check out TSR Jovi Talks Tech. Check out 40 Watt Phil and the 40 Watt Podcast. And, of course, Vinny the Axe. Right. Back to it. Just because we can. Boom.
Josh says, thanks, gang. Our guitarist, my best friend, died in a freak accident. Oh, no.
Oh, man.
A little lost musically. The QC has been a good breath of fresh air for me and found a way to pull a few smiles. Oh, Josh, bless you.
Sorry to hear you, buddy. Sorry to
hear that.
That's tough. Hope everyone's okay in family and all that. Scott, most of Broadway is backline now.
Well, at least 3 of the venues I was in, of the 5 or 6 that we went to, wasn't backlined. You could tell it was the guitarist's gear.
Okay.
Mainly because one of them I saw them tear down at the end of the night, so I know he packed up the amp. So,
Gordon, real amps seem to be regulated to pubs and bars now. I love my amps, but over in the UK, every festival stage has a quad Cortex on it. I do corporates and festivals for a living, and it's all digital. Interesting. Cheers,
corporates,
Gordon.
yes.
Yeah.
Festivals, the ones I've done, you turn up with, if it's a big outdoor job, you turn up with your backline and you crank it up. It's great.
Yeah, I haven't played a big festival in a long time, but I go to them, and it's all real amps here in the US that I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say this just because the metalers seem to like modelers more, and I don't really know why, because they're often the ones who get most upset about tube tone, and we'll get to that later. But
foreshadowing.
See what I did there? But yeah, it is funny. It's the heavier guys who go for the modelers live, and the Paul Drew Clean on the Verge of Breakup boys who want tubes behind them.
Yeah,
can't beat an amp.
Can't.
Vice Sagitrucci, Josh Lawless. So sorry to hear that, brother.
Yeah.
Fram, I've heard AI versions of bands recreated like Queen, Led Zeppelin, Jimmy H, Pink Floyd, and I'm devastated to say they're fantastic. Fellows and mastering, I'm shit scared. It's true.
They're getting scary good.
It's getting scary good. And and this is why I think live music is going to come back in a big way, because it will be, you don't know until you see them do it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take a year or so.
I think we're going to see AI eventually. There's going to be the big rush. There's going to be the huge hubbub that we're seeing now, and I think it's going to get a little bigger. I don't think we've seen the peak of it, but I think what we'll see is a die back down of it. I think you'll see it used as a tool the same way we see auto-tune used as a tool, but it will not be a thing that people are putting out as this is my art. Instead, it'll be I don't know, arranged by with assistance of, like, got the arrangement, but you still had real people perform it. You know what I mean? Like, you just, because I'll be happy to tell you, I've taken songs I've written, I've fed them into Suno and said, hey, I want to hear this as this style song. Hey, do this, change this. And I just wanted to hear it because it's easier for me to sample styles in that song and hear it with a band than it is for me to hire a band to come in and spend all day in the studio and record 5 different demos of the song in 5 different styles.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of it in the songwriting world.
So this is one of those things where we laughably joke about the Soup Dragons at the beginning.
Is that our new band name, Soup Dragons?
The Soup Dragons is a band from a UK band from the
90s, 2000s.
90s-ish, yeah.
Gotcha.
So we laughably, we used AI to create that, and we did it as a bit of a giggle. And I think that currently is what most of AI is being used for, a bit of a laugh.
Yep.
No. I suspect there are designers and graphical artists and those sort of people who are having this same discussion. They're saying, oh my God, this AI thing is going to come and take our jobs away. No, it's not, because I wanted a YouTube thumbnail, and the AI version was good, but the version I created was better because it had me in it, and I knew it was me, and it looked like me from every angle, as opposed to, have you seen those videos that are going around where you get the old the person when they were famous and how they are now 30 years later, and they all look great square on. As soon as they turn, they don't look like the person they're supposed to be anymore. And that, I think, is where it's at, which is why you and me, Paul, on all the ones I've done, don't look like us, because we're not facing square onto the camera, whereas Vinny and Phil are square on.
Okay.
And I think that's where we're at. AI at the moment is a bit of a gimmick. It will become a serious thing, and then people will go, it's not the same.
But will it be? Here's the biggest question, and it's not a topic for today, but so we don't have to discuss it. But will it become a serious thing before it crashes the tech industry? Before the economics of it crash the tech industry?
Yeah. I mean, and the other thing in music as well is we were all happy using AI or machine learning or whatever you want to call it when it was helping us do a mix, or it was fixing our vocal because or it was getting rid of all the crap in the background in Isotope RX.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's creating the music. Now we have a problem with it.
And how did we not see that coming when we were using those tools?
Yeah.
When I remember the joke that I always said to people when people said, well, when will I be able to put the CD in and it produced the score, when Sibelius produced the score for me? I said, oh, we're 500 years off that tech. Wrong, but thanks for playing.
15 years off that tech is what we were.
The scary thing is now, with stem separation and all that level of tech, I'm not sure it can quite yet do a full symphony orchestra, but it ain't going to be long.
No, won't be long.
Won't be long at all. JP, I help out occasionally doing the sound desk for a local venue. We have 350 and 150 cap room. About 20% of bands I've done have had modelers. Rest of real amps.
Great. Awesome.
M. Kimby. Hey guys, just want to say that Toman is selling the IK Multimedia Tonix 1 Red limited edition at a very good price right now. Nice one.
Great.
Nice. Graham, my old Fender Super Champ X is half tube amp modeling. Nice.
Yeah.
Hollywood, Fram, you'll have to tour like Lee did recently. Minimum gear and a backpack and one guitar.
Yeah, it's true,
But
it's not.
Lee's been ampless for quite some time.
But it's not why we got into playing guitars and drums and things, is it?
No.
We got into it because in our dream we'd stand up on a big stage with the Marshall stack behind us.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Andy, I have the QC and FM9. The QC is easier to get a good sound quickly, in my opinion. IRs and the fractal can be overwhelming. Yes, it sure can. But I think it has potential with enough time and effort.
Yeah. I happen to know that Andy also has a 2-rock, so that he's a man of taste.
Nice.
The trick with anything like that is the option paralysis thing, which is, where we have so many options, you just go, find one you like and stick to it.
Yeah, that's all I do. Yeah, without a doubt.
That's honestly, that is one of the most real reasons I don't want a Giga modeler. I don't want options. I want, here's my amp, make it sound good. Play to this.
Yeah. It's all fair. At Revival, by the way, can we please bring back the 90s manual descriptions? Lexicon had some killer dad jokes in their factory preset list.
Yes.
Can we just bring back factory presets or pedal presets in general? So many pedals don't come with any preset suggestions anymore. And some of them used to be really fun to make fun of.
Last time I saw that was the Digitech Badder Monkey.
Oh, did it come with one?
Really good, yeah, really good case candy or box candy.
Yeah.
Had all that sort of suggestions and stuff. And
the Hampstead Red Wing came with like 8 suggested settings.
I think the Keeley Halo came with some, if I'm not mistaken, in the box.
The keyboard world and the synth world does that really well.
Mm-hmm.
They give you the map of the thing and tell you where to plug the things in and which, and because synths can be completely overwhelming.
Well, that's because anyone whose title is pianist has to have a better sense of humor than guitarists.
Right, we need to get through these now.
Yeah.
Gordon, the truth these days is that we've heard all of these modelers sound great and we've heard them all sound pretty crap. It comes down to the individual need. Knowing your gear will get the best out of it. Very true.
Amen.
Remy says Helix Stadium, same exact effects as Helix. Why? So yes, we did cover that in the or we said they sound better than the Helix. That was really because the models and the reaction and the IRs and stuff inside the Helix Stadium now,
and the converters, and 20 years later on,
they do sound better, even though it's the same effects. But those effects are being updated. Fractal FM9 is the best in my opinion. Cheers. Adidas indoor soccer shoes.
Yeah, nice. Yep. They're comfy.
Adidas.
Willie Hardmate official 2026. Ladies, what is your post-pub food of choice? I do enjoy chips, cheese, and gravy, but sometimes chicken pakora really hits the spot. It's got to be. I'm a chicken shish.
It's a lamb doner. It's post-pub.
Oh, you're wrong.
Lamb doner, all the salad, garlic sauce and chili sauce wrapped up in a greasy
like a kebab. Is that what you saw about?
Yeah, I need to move to the UK. That is not those places closed at 9 o'clock here.
Phil, when they say salad, they mean the lettuce.
I know they mean the lettuce. I'm well aware.
No. You get your tomato and your big old.
But also remember, I'm Lebanese. Like I speak this language. I know exactly what they're talking about.
We have got in my little town, my little market town, about 200 yards that way, there is the best doner van that stays open till midnight, and in town there is a 24-hour Turkish restaurant.
No. What you do after you leave the bar, not pub, that's fine.
You go to White Castle.
No, you absolutely do not go to White Castle if you cherish anything good in this world. You leave the bar, you drive until the neighborhood starts getting rough, and then you find someone who is outside in an apron with a cast iron grill that looks like a pig. You stop there. and you order whatever he's making and you tell him I'll have it however you eat it, and it is going to be the best grilled meat you've ever had in your life at 2 a.m.
Hey, I've told you about my story on Malibu Beach wearing white jeans after I've been.
Yes, you have.
After
Yeah,
I did that, which I bought some food off a van, a bit like that in Mexico.
Oh.
I'm not sure you're 100% right on that. Anyway, let's move on.
Well, don't do it in Mexico. That's the real thing.
Bay Vanch it says last 4 shows in a row with modelers. I was okay. It sounded great. Last week I went to Dire Straits' Legacy show with tube amps. I was wrong, especially for music that is not drowned in gain. Not even close. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Lemon Lust, what are your thoughts on Aristides guitars? We keep having this question.
Yeah,
Benny's had a couple.
Yeah,
We tried a couple.
they're good. The neck profiles are thin. So if you like the, I think the closest thing I could say maybe is the Ibanez Wizard. If you like the Ibanez Wizard neck, then you'll probably really like the Aristides. It's not a chunky neck at all. So if you like the neck thin, then Aristides is the way to go. Pascala runs the place, is awesome, and the guitars are killer.
As for me, they are my favorite ship in Star Trek.
Hybrid Noise Bloom. Neil Peart in his later years behind the kit liked to wear dance style shoes similar to Capizio's. Maybe they were in fact Capizio's. Nice. David, good feature with the Helix Stadium is being able to use backing tracks. What would be the best way to do that with Cortex? You'd have to have something separate. Yeah, that is a genius feature.
Hire more band members.
Or what you do is, funnily enough, I wasn't going to talk about it, but it arrived this week. Paul and I hooked up with these guys at Guitar Summit.
Oh yeah.
Yes, but how much is that, James?
Oh, I have absolutely no idea. It's not inexpensive, but
the Stadium is an 8-track multi-track playback machine.
Yeah. It's got a ton of smart features. You can tell they really, really thought about what they were doing, which makes me really excited about what Fractal and Neural are going to do in their next hardware releases. Because now the bar has been raised. You know, it's not enough to just put out the same thing with more processing power.
Yeah. Willie says, I own a car. Sure, that's a wind up. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All my exes live in Texas.
That's true. All my exes live in Texas. Anyway.
Mario, Tube Workshop. Hello, guys. Hello, mate. Hope you're well.
Mario, did you move to Hawaii?
Hello, yeah. You must have done. Josh, agree with Benny. 10,000% on saving up for the lead course. Cycled cheap ones for years. Finally saved for Gibson. And glad the search is over. Nice.
Great.
Willie has a load of Jet guitars. He says they're all great. Nice.
Yep.
AM4 is the bomb. It is the bomb. Stapp tried to copy Vedder.
Yeah. Eddie Vedder. Yep.
Who's Stapp?
Scott Stapp, singer of Creed.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking, was he Luke's long lost brother-in-law? Because I read Vader, not Vedder.
Rack Revival. There is news. The new Source Audio pedal Pathways.
That's right.
Don't know. Okay.
It's a reverb trim.
Ah.
God, I can feel the excitement come off.
Yeah, Safari. Gents, quick question. Have any of you tried the Ghost No Audio Swirls pedal? Thinking of grabbing one to try basic and 80s rack in a pedal. Ooh. Nice one, Al. Don't know about that. Rack Revival. You're right, Phil. There's nothing new about 75th tellies. Sounds like you guys are voicing your different opinions, says Rick Mortis.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely do that from time to time.
That's what we're doing. It's all good.
Yeah. We all like different stuff. That's okay.
Jet came out with a Dunnable this week.
Wait. No. Jet City, the amp company, came out with a Dumble?
No, it's a Dumble. Yeah.
Jet came out with a Dunnable copy.
No.
I thought Jet City was done. I haven't seen it.
No, apparently they've released the Humble 22 watt Dumble style amplifier.
Good.
Pre-order
City,
opens
that's
tomorrow.
Soldano, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It's the import Soldano, but
Yeah.
and it is $876.
Wow.
Yep.
I like that we all have a difference of opinion and likes. It makes it very diverse. Otherwise, if
Me
we
too.
all like the same thing, it would be weird.
Wouldn't be much of a show, would it?
Because
That's great.
it's really fun when I say King Diamond stuff, and then Paul grunts,
And my
and
eyes
then
roll.
and then we're at the NAMM show, and I go, "Look, Paul, look behind you," and there's a car. There's one of the partition walls, and there's a dude like 10 times the size of a normal person wearing a King Diamond shirt, rocking out. Remember that?
I quickly erase that from my memory. Hollywood, does it have the forearm cut on the telly? For years, the Cops and telly had the forearm, the belly cut. US standard just had the belly cut.
I think the Ultra 2 has the forearm cut. The Ultra 1 only had the belly cut.
I liked the Cosentele. Two things I didn't like about it was the gold hardware, and the other thing was the neck profile, because he's got huge hands. That dude, that profile is huge. That's like the fattest neck I've ever played on a guitar ever.
Well, bigger than a no-caster.
It might even model one of them, but I mean, it's like a baseball bat.
Yeah,
it is huge.
I like those. I mean, that's what's on my Strat, the no-caster neck. Big chunky neck. Rick and Mortis, I think those new tellies look like junk. They're too gaudy looking. I like them. But do you think some of the high-end studio music, like Alan Parsons or the Ultimate Rats, Steely Dan sound too perfect, just like today's music? Musicians must have felt stressed out before playing.
I love the Alan Parsons project. I love Steely Dan. I love it because it's sonically beautiful, but still musically good.
I don't know either.
I'm not a huge fan of either. And all you need to know, and it may be apocryphal, but the story is the Reelin' in the Year solo, one of the actual hits that Steely Dan ever had. The solo is PAFs into an Ampeg SVT. Is the guitar solo.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, if it works.
I mean, it worked, obviously.
Rummy 73, my USA HSS Fender with poly, 7.7 pounds. Nice. That's a
good weight.
That's good. Nice.
Vintage Lux.
Lux.
Yes.
Perfect. Rummy 73. Right. Let's go. 7.5. Yes. 7.5 pounds. Perfect. Let's talk amongst themselves. Does a bass 6 go into guitar amp or a bass amp? That's a good question.
Yes.
Yeah.
It can do either. I've been playing it into guitar amps.
Nice.
Mr. Bolin. I don't know. Walrus, are you Sweetwater use for my sales? A good success, but less eyeballs and reverb. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah. And over here there is no Sweetwater used. It's nothing.
Is there a Toman used?
No. Oh, and Anderson's used. No. Hollywood keyboard was found yesterday outside on bin day.
I used to like you, Hollywood. Now,
Yannick said not even send it to repair shop. Hypothetical Lucy. I don't know.
I don't know what that was referencing.
Search for tone. Walrus Sweetwater been hit or miss for me for selling wise.
Yeah, which is, I mean, Gear for Music do it, who are, arguably one of Europe's biggest music resellers. I've never bought anything actually good from them. I've only ever bought stuff that comes in a cardboard box. And
I sell stuff all year long, and I know it exists, and I just never bit the bullet. And I don't know, I just, for whatever reason, I just didn't trust it. I just stuck with Reverb. Because I already know the system, and I know it. Like I said, it gets a lot of eyeballs. People are more apt to, because people are more apt to, as a buyer, to have that that safety net.
Yeah.
Of that,
totally.
I
mean, if someone like Toman or Sweetwater were offering me store credit, or were offering me a good price against a thing I wanted to buy, that's different.
Yep.
But they never give you a good price against what you want to buy because they think not they think, but the business model says we can offer you less because you're buying, you're spending your money directly with us. And
we've got 6 minutes. We've got 6 minutes, and sorry.
Yeah. We'll get there. We need it.
Let's just get to it.
We need that. Yeah, I think hypothetically.
Yeah. Do you think a parametric equalizer like the Ibanez Pentatone is useful for the Boss Katana Gen 3? No, there's a parametric EQ built into the Katana. You use that. It's just as. But Olympic, I see a lot of PV tube amps on marketplace with tweed finishes at very affordable prices. They sound and certainly look good to me. Are they good enough for studio?
Yes.
They are.
I've had one and they're brilliant. I
used to gig a 410 a ton. They made a 610 version if you go back far enough. Wow. There's one on my local Facebook marketplace and I want it so bad.
Comes with a back brace.
Andy, lots of metal bands have to travel. Like my teacher's band uses QCs to front of house and in-ears, and they use a power amp and cab on stage for stage sound and for when there is fallout. Nice. For when there is fallout.
Yeah.
Gordon, I recorded at Real World Studios a couple of weeks ago, and we had cranked Marshalls and AC30 ISO booths. Modelers are great, but real crank tanks are just something else.
Yep, I completely agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Rob, AI music is getting scarily good indeed, but then we give a big FU with that weird microtonal Angina Protrine puppets, and it's a great thing in my opinion. Not sure of longevity of it, but nice. I love watching it. I just love watching the.
Yeah. What a weird band.
Yeah, it's so good, isn't it? It's so good.
But and yet, you've got bands like Polyphila, Polyphia, who you go are musically amazing.
Oh, it looks like Polyphila. That sounds cool. It's like the stuff you put in pillows.
It's it's not for me. Sorry.
No, it's not for me.
Oh, I don't even know that band.
Polyphia.
Yeah, they're fine. I prefer Dragon Force. I like nerdy rock. It's fine. All their songs are about playing Dungeons and Dragons. Come on.
Yeah. Hollywood, regarding your Reverb site, you guys are not hoarders and can happily sell gear with no regrets. Many guitar players can't sell much and just accumulate more gear. We've got.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
I get sentimentally attached to nothing.
Yeah, I get sentimentally attached to nothing. Gordon, Lamb Donna, the only answer, no, because you'll wake up stinking a bit for the next couple of days.
But it's like the rule about the gorilla, right?
Who cares? You're hungover anyway.
Yeah, the gorilla who when you come in from a night out on the tiles, you come in and you let the gorilla in, don't you? The gorilla who runs around your house, trashes the joint, and craps in your mouth.
Yeah. That's why I like the White Castles, because you crap the upholstery in the car halfway home.
Gordon, if you're in sunny Braintree, you can come around for a Donna anytime.
Nice. Elephant's leg. Barry Miller, do you guys have an opinion on the Fender Tonemaster Pro? I don't think I've seen you guys do a video on it.
We haven't yet.
We haven't done it yet. The jury's still out. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Do you have any experience with iconic guitars? They look good. I do have experience with iconic guitars. The one that I had that was sent to me had been around the mill a bit and wasn't great. I've got to be honest, but that wasn't necessarily that there as them as a brand. I don't know if that guitar had just been abused a bit.
I played a really nice 7-string at Woodwire Volts in Anaheim this year. They had a booth at Woodwire Volts. They looked good, but that was the only one I'd spent any time with, and it did kind of make me want a 7-string.
They do look good. Yeah, they do make very nice looking guitars.
Mm-hmm.
Lee, morning. I love being early. Well done. Well, happy. Yeah. Andrew, more proof that Willie is Steve Cassidy. Heaps of Jet guitars. If you want to know about Jet, ask Steve Willie. I mean Steve.
I've never seen him in the same room.
No, I've never. Yeah. Nick, you can actually post on Tone Menu stuff for sale. It's not popular though.
Oh,
fair enough.
Right, Revival. Let's keep the stream going for a while. Tonewood, a thing or not? No,
into that. Hang on, sorry, missed.
Lamb Donna, as you can leave it on the radiator and have it for breakfast.
Ah.
At least that's what we did in the army. That is wrong. Oh,
I've actually put a kebab in the frying pan the following
God.
morning. To...
Last one. Let's go.
searching for tone. Rat Revival. Only way to keep the stream going is to ask what your favorite pizza.
What's your favorite pizzas? Let's go.
American Heart.
I like. We've done this before. We've done. This
I don't think we've done pizza, have we?
I don't think we've done pizza.
Yeah,
Are we talking
Pizza
about
Hut.
style of pizza?
There's a Pizza Express, Veneziana, I think it's called. It's got pine nuts in it and stuff and raisins.
I thought you were going to say pineapple for a minute, and I thought you were.
Oh, I love pineapple on pizza.
Oh, I love pineapple on pizza too. Mine changes though. So if we've done this before, this is probably a different answer because now I'm feeling this one: pepperoni and jalapeno.
Oh,
That sounds a bit like an American Heart to me, but yeah.
yeah. Very nice.
Mine's Sicilian style pizza. So it's thick crust, rectangular shaped. And I usually eat everything on there except for fruit and anchovies.
So no tomatoes for you. That's fine.
Yeah, well,
no. I agree with the anchovies bit because that. But
I don't
raw
do
tomatoes,
anchovies, and I don't do ham, and I don't do pineapple. None of that.
raw tomatoes are the devil's fruit.
And usually, if I test the pizza joint out, I always eat the plain pizza first, the regular pie with nothing on it, so it doesn't. So all the crap on the top doesn't mask whether the pizza is good or not. That's a good.
I can't think of something that's ever been put on a pizza that I know of, like at a restaurant, that I wouldn't eat on a pizza.
Okay, right.
It looks like Lee's winding everyone up so we can.
Yeah. They're just winding up.
Yeah. Lee's just winding everybody up. It's just.
Yeah.
Combats. Very good. Right, come. Let's
here we go. This one's a good one.
Doozy.
Stupid comments of the week.
Oh, we've
had so many this week.
We've had so many.
But a user, whatever his name is, he said it's so this is in regards to, I think I did the pod video or something.
Yeah.
And he said it's great for someone playing mediocre 4-chord songs that puts everyone to sleep, but try getting a decent death metal tone out of it. I was a bit flabbergasted there. I actually think the real Soldano sounds like shit for high gain rhythm guitars, but it's all right for lead work though. Boomer amp. One won't come close to the guitar sounds of Cannibal Corpse, but for the average dude playing brain dead radio junk, I guess it's fine. It's so many contradictions in there. So I just put, when you say decent death metal tone.
Yeah, but we should absolutely listen to @user-PE5MG8RF6D. He obviously knows what he's talking about.
Well, you could just tell Jackass Kid by the boomer comment.
Yeah.
That's
also once again in true Paul fashion, responded 0 seconds before he took the screenshot.
I'm so proud of it.
And that, boys and girls.
Stupid comments of the week.
Right, we're going to end with one good one.
Yeah,
I at least feel this is
I'm
relevant.
laughing at it.
Lemon Loss, what's a piece of guitar advice everyone repeats that's actually wrong or outdated? What's a piece of guitar advice everyone repeats?
That's not the one I was thinking of.
Oh, God! Now I have to think. Why'd you do this?
It's good to think.
I don't know. The one where everybody says you need to learn on an acoustic first before you can go to electric.
So stupid.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I like that
One
one.
of the dumbest things I've ever heard ever.
I think people saying you don't need to practice, you can learn in 10 minutes a day. I think that's the one. That's certainly the one that every YouTube teacher is punting out at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Here's one only because I had coffee with Corey Congilio on Sunday and we actually chatted about this. The whole you need to learn the caged system to play guitar solo. No, you don't. It's a tool, but you don't need it.
What about, I think one we sort of covered earlier is don't buy a Gibson because the G string always goes out of tune.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
yeah.
here's one. You shouldn't ever use a capo.
That's
and
yeah.
for everyone this side of the world, he
Capo.
means capo.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't use a capo.
I had one of those things once. I got it in a trade. I threw it in the trash. I didn't know what it was.
I've got a bunch of them over here. I use them all the time.
Yeah.
I use it for potato chip bag.
Absolutely.
I like that. I like one
dear.
comment there. Transparent death metal tone. I love that.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really good.
Nice. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Yeah.
It's been a very busy day. It feels like it's been a very long day, but hopefully you'll enjoy some of the stuff that's on the Reverb shop, the official Studio Rats Reverb shop. Please do like, subscribe, hit the bell, and all that sort of stuff. I hope you had a great evening and all that sort of stuff. So from Vinny the Axe, 40-watt Phil, not that way, 40-watt Phil, Mr. Drew, and myself, it's good night, and we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend of gigging and all that sort of stuff. Play your tube amps nice and loud, and we'll see you on the other side. Night night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.